Some sad news from the world of Formula One came out last night, and that is that Eddie Jordan, the former owner of Jordan Grand Prix between 1991 and 2005, has revealed that he is currently battling an aggressive form of cancer, this being bladder and prostate cancer, which has spread to his spine and pelvis as well. He has said that there is positive outcomes from his treatment so far, and I will take his word on that, but the fact that it is spread to different parts of his body, for me, that is a bad sign. But, I'm hoping that things will continue to improve for him. He sounds positive about it. I mean, he said there's positive outcomes there, so I have to take his word for it. And I just want to wish him all the best in his fight with this, because at the end of the day, I mean, kids these days will not know Jordan. They won't know what Jordan Grand Prix was. Like I said, they were a team in Formula One for 15 seasons. They had a lot of success in that time as well. They got wins with Damon Hill in Spa in 1998. They got a couple of wins with Heinz-Harald Frentzen in 1999 as well. Frentzen finishing third in the Drivers' Championship, I think, that year as well. He had an outside shot of challenging for the World Championship as well, with Schumacher having his injury and Hakkinen being a bit inconsistent. And I think they got third in the Constructors' Championship as well in 99, which, for a privateer team, to do what he did as a privateer team is something that, sadly, I don't think we'll ever see in Formula One ever again. Before 91, before they entered Formula One, Jordan Grand Prix, well, Jordan, I suppose, Jordan Racing as it was known then, they actually, competed in series like Formula 3000. They had drivers like, I think Johnny Herbert drove for them, Martin Brundle drove for them, some fantastic drivers drove for them in the junior categories while they were making their way up. But then eventually they got to Formula One in 91, and that same year in 1991 they pulled off some incredible results, and they also gave a debut to a certain Michael Schumacher as well. Obviously only did one race, only retired on the first lap with that gearbox issue, but a star was born, as it were, after that, because he went to Benetton, won championships with them, went to Ferrari, won more championships, rewrote every record in the book. So, Jordan's place in Grand Prix history will always be there. It will always be there. They had some fantastic drivers over the years, not just Schumacher, but, the likes of Rubens Barrichello, Damon Hill, Ralf Schumacher, Giancarlo Fisichella. Some really, really great drivers. And EJ as well, Eddie Jordan, he was just such an amazing person to listen to. I don't really watch or listen to his podcast these days with David Coulthard, but I loved when he was on the BBC doing his pundit stuff. He was absolutely mad as a box of frogs, and I loved every moment of it. He was entertainment on a Sunday afternoon. Even when the Grand Prix racing itself was pretty dull, he always livened things up. His remarks, just the way he spoke as well. I love the way he spoke. Just something about his voice, just something about his tone. I don't know what it is, but it just always made me smile. So thank you for that, EJ, and thank you for being, again, the tag legend is thrown around a lot, and it's been thrown around for EJ, and I don't like using that word, lightly. I do joke about it quite a bit when I'm talking about serious stuff, though, like this. I don't want to use it lightly at the end of the day, but without a doubt, like I said, he's an icon of Formula One. He was there for 15 seasons as a team owner. Jordan were always on the brink of bankruptcy pretty much every year. They were always on the limit, but he still mixed in with the big boys. And for me, what probably sums Jordan up the most in terms of his team in F1 was the 2003 Brazilian Grand Prix, a race that Giancarlo Fisichella eventually won, despite Jordan having a terrible car by then. They were, the writing was on the wall by that point for Jordan. They had their days in Formula One were very much limited at that point. Didn't have a very good car at all. But Fisichella won the race, but he didn't actually win the race at the time, if you know what I mean, because eventually Kimi Räikkönen, was originally given that victory, and the trophy eventually came to Jordan. That was their last win in F1. It was all to do with like the red flag and the countback errors and stuff like that. So they won the race with the red flag there, despite not winning the race at the time, despite not stepping on the top step of the podium. And Fisichella's car was on fire in the pit lane. The winning car was on fire in the pit lane after the race. So that just sums Jordan up to me. A true maverick outfit, a privateer outfit. They had some of the most iconic liveries in F1. I mean, the Hornet livery of the late 90s. That was a thing of beauty. And again, like I said, we'll never see a privateer outfit like Jordan again in F1. The money is just too much. Only teams that are huge billion-dollar corporations can now compete in F1 effectively. Even the outfits that are, you might class as privateers like Haas and Williams, they're never going to get up there to win races and championships again, realistically. It's just not going to happen. I hope I'm wrong, but I can't see it in a month of Sundays. I just can't. And I think as well, something that shouldn't be overstated is the fact that Jordan Grand Prix, I think, is the only ever Irish team in Formula One. Certainly the only team from Ireland or registered to the Republic of Ireland in F1 modern history, you know. So again, that just puts them on the map. That's a great thing for Irish motorsport, which I think, again, should not be downplayed. And the final thing as well, I'll just sign off with, right, is the fact that Jordan Grand Prix DNA is still running through Formula One today. After they went bust in 2005, they got bought out by Midland, which became Spiker, which eventually became Force India. Force India went out of business in 2018 and were bought by Lawrence Stroll. Stroll rebranded the team to Racing Point and then later rebranded the team to Aston Martin. Now, of course, the team has completely new headquarters and everything like that and new facilities these days, but they're still based in Silverstone, which is where Jordan was always based too. So, if Aston Martin one day wins a championship in Formula One, which could happen, it could well happen, I hope that Eddie Jordan is around to see it, because he planted the seeds there in Silverstone, the factory seeds, and it sprouted into this amazing facility eventually with the financial might of the Stroll family there. And you know, I hope that he's around to see that, and I hope he gets better, and I wish him all the best, because say what you want about Eddie Jordan, but there is never ever a dull moment with him. He is just fun no matter what, and I'm probably going to watch some old clips of him today on YouTube or something like that while I'm working, because he's just so much fun. I loved it. And as well, the man with the best shirts in the business, apart from maybe that German pundit guy, I can't remember, I don't know his name, but yeah, Eddie Jordan had some of the best shirts in the business as well. Just go look up his fashion shit. I think he actually won a BBC award for it as well on the F1 coverage years ago, so that shows you how much he's valued. But yeah, all the best, EJ. I hope you get better. I know you won't be watching this, but I hope you get better soon, and yeah, things improve for you, because like I said, you are just someone who always makes me smile. There is never a dull moment. You just make boring things very fun. You make the uninteresting sound interesting, and that's a real talent in itself. So yeah, see you soon, guys, for some more content here on the F1Chronicle.com. Hopefully a bit more positive stuff than this, but yeah, and all the best to EJ as well. See you soon.